Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Libra Full Moon Mini Readings with Gobind and Chandra Sangat. We are so excited to be here tonight for these readings. We have had an overwhelmingly exciting response, and we are so happy to be doing human design as well as astrology readings, co-creating these readings together, looking at both of your natal chart and your human design chart for these readings. So thank you, everyone that has signed up for the list. I do want to mention that the list is full for tonight. We literally filled it up overnight, which is really amazing. I'm really happy about that. So if you like the readings that we do tonight and you want to join us again, we will be live again on Tuesday evening. Don't know the exact time yet, but either 6 p.m. Pacific or 7 p.m. Pacific. We should probably do the same time, but we haven't talked about that detail. But we will be going live Tuesday evening, you guys. So if you want to get on the list for Tuesday, then make sure that you do that ASAP, because I have a feeling that they're going to get filled up all over again. So I do want to thank you, everyone, for being here live. And those of you that are watching the replay, thank you so much. Let me say hi real quick to everybody that's here in the chat. Hello, Chris. How's it going? Welcome. Traylene. Hello. Michelle Lee. Welcome in. Jess, how are you? Rebecca. Welcome in. Bora Bora. Hello. Christina G. How are you? Nelvin. Welcome. Steph. Welcome. Nelly, how's it going? Yes, very, very exciting. And so before we actually get started, let's have you introduce yourself, Chandra, to everybody here, and then I'll give a couple of little announcements, and then we're going to get right into the reading. So we have Traylene first. So if you could put your natal chart information, so the date that you were born, the time and the location, so both me and Chandra can see it in the chat and pull up your chart, that would be amazing. And go ahead, Chandra, let us know all about you.
Thank you, Jai. Yes, I'm so glad to be here. I'm really excited. This is super fun. I'm so grateful that the list is already full. I'm so glad and excited. I feel like we all really need this, and I'm just super pumped about it. So yeah, I am Chandra Sangat, and I'm your modern medicine woman. And I think my only announcements are that I have my quantum alignment parenting human design readings, and you can find those on my website. And after today, you'll get a little bit more of a taste of what those are like, because I've prepared for today to add a little more information on what I talk about during those. And then my oils and my sprays, which you can also find on my Etsy site. These
Which
are
I'm
really
putting on
amazing.
myself right now.
I know.
I'm like, oh
So
yes,
I'm actually
the
going to spray some of
cleansing.
this. And then I think, don't you have some announcements, Jai, too?
Yes. Oh, I did want to ask you one thing though. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, before we start, actually, I'll ask you right after this so we can get going.
Okay.
But yes, so I have just released a new book. It's an ebook version right now. It is called Stargates, an Astrological Calendar of Intergalactic Portals. And it is geared towards those of you that are super interested in starseed markings in the chart. If you feel like you're a starseed, if you feel like you're a light worker, all of these energies, you'll probably feel super in tune with this calendar. So what I do is I go over all of the stargates that open up when the sun and the moon illuminate the fixed stars. So looking at sun portals, moon portals, sun Venus portals, moon Venus portals, new and full moon portals, and eclipse portals, and solstice and equinox portals. So when those portals open up, I give you the information of what the portal is, as well as a little ritual or activity or card reading that you can do for yourself on that day so you can connect and align with those beautiful energies of that Stargate. Last night is a really good example of how to work with the book. So I would recommend you watch last night's broadcast, which was a message from your star family from the Venus, Sun, Aries star point and Stargate that just opened up. So make sure to check that broadcast out. And also, I want to invite you to purchase now the replay of my spring webinar, which is only $22. There's links to all of this in the description of the video. And the webinar covers the astrology and the transits, the ingresses, the retrogrades, how it's affecting your chart, the new and the full moons, the eclipses. Did I miss anything? I
I
don't
think
think
you
I
got
did.
it.
I don't think I did. And then and all of those cover for the whole spring season. And then we have another webinar when the summer solstice comes along, and I will be putting out another calendar for the summer when that time comes around. So thank you so much. If you want to join our community, join us on MeWe. The group is Channel for Grace Starseed Soul Tribe. I have a MeWe page called @Channel for Grace, which is just kind of like my Instagram, but it's on MeWe now. I've kind of transitioned all my social media. I'm on Telegram as well @Channel for Grace, and that's a really fun platform for me. I love it, so make sure to follow me there. And then also, what else? I think that's all. Yeah, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Thank you. I have a lot on my mind because I've been really focusing on the energy of these readings and how they're gonna go. So a really cool transitional question for you, Chandra, is tell us a little bit about human design, because I think a lot of people might be new to it.
Okay. So, gosh, human design is incredible. It's an incredible system by which to get to know ourselves and to get to know each other and to figure out really what we are here to do, whether that is to know ourselves or to know the other or to know the environment or to know the systems. But basically, it's a way to figure out where we fit into the world and how we can undo years and years of conditioning and be more ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very broad way of describing it because it is so complex, because it basically goes all the way down to the nitty gritty of the unique you. And
It's like a gold
it's
mine.
amazing. It is. It's amazing because any rabbit hole that you go down, you go way, 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 way down to like the one specific thing that is just you and no one else. And it's just, that's just amazing. So,
Yeah, and
and when you
so
combine all of the factors, it's mind blowing.
Yeah, and so what we're going to do tonight is we are going to combine, because human design is also a little bit of the I Ching, a little bit of astrology. Is there another system that it works with other than those two?
It's the astrology and the I Ching combined.
Oh, it's the
Yeah.
chakras too.
The
Ye
chakras?
a little bit, because the centers are a little bit
Kind
aligned
of. The centers are
chakra-like.
kind of like the chakras.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit. It's not exactly like that,
Mhm.
but it kind of reminds me of that. And so, to have both of us doing, looking at your human design and then also looking at your astrology is going to be really, really amazing. So, for tonight, those of you that have signed up for readings, and I would like to let you guys know again that the list is full for tonight, but we are taking signups for Tuesday, and it's $44 sent to my PayPal. But for those of you that have signed up for tonight, you can ask for just a general reading to see what kind of jumps out at us. You can ask for a little bit of like a transit reading to see kind of what's going on for you. I did say we can do a little bit of a compatibility reading. So those are the options that we can look
Mm.
at for tonight. So just so you start thinking about what kind of question you want to ask. But you can totally ask if you're like, I don't know what to ask. Just that's cool. Just say I just want a general reading, and we'll just kind of open your chart up, and we'll see how it goes. And also, what we're going to be looking at on the screen is your human design chart. We're not going to be looking at your astrology chart. I am going to be looking at your chart on my iPad, and I'm going to be adding information and commentary on the reading that Chandra is doing, so that you can have that visual, because that I think that's new and a lot of people haven't seen that yet. So we wanted to kind of feature that aspect of human design. So we have Trayleen's information. Chandra, if you are ready to.
I am
Um,
ready. Let's see how
okay,
this goes.
I can give you the information as verbally. I have it set. I have it like I'm looking at her. I stopped the chat. I'm not really looking at the chat either,
I
you
already
guys.
did
So,
it while you were talking, so we're good.
oh, okay, amazing,
Yes. Yes.
fantastic.
Let's make sure. Tell me that you see Triline's name here when I share this at the top.
Okay, give me 1 second. Yes, Trayleen. Yes, I see that.
Okay, cool. So just making sure it's the correct chart.
Okay.
So, was there a
She did
particular
have some
question for
commentary.
Traylene?
Yes, I will read what she put in the beginning.
Okay.
So she has some concerns that she's dealing with. She says her knees are all busted. She can hardly walk. But I know it's linked to energy. And then also
Mm.
somehow also seem to be constantly late or nearly late to opportunities, like missing huge sales by a day, stuff like that, that is very annoying. And so that's the concerns that she's dealing with. And so maybe what we can look at in her human design and in her astrology that can help bring some insight into those areas of her life.
Okay. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, you're a projector, so you're not here to like jump on things in that way. You're here to wait for the invitation for things to happen. So you don't need to be frustrated about missing opportunities, because if you weren't invited into the opportunity, it wasn't an opportunity.
Ooh.
There isn't that energy for about you. You're here to learn a system, figure out what it is that you love to geek out on, and then use that to help others. And the more that you use that, the more that they will come to you. You don't need to go to anything. If they didn't invite you, then it wasn't an opportunity. And then the other thing that I want to mention, and I don't know if you can see me sort of with the cursor here, I'm looking at the body part of your human design,
Mm-hmm.
and you have your cognition is inner vision, which means that you need time and space to check out, because you're super clairvoyant. You get images and you get messages in the way of like you see things. So you need that time to just like get out and check out and be able to see the thing.
And I will say,
that
let
will
me
help
add,
you make choices.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
go
add a
for it.
little bit because she does have Neptune in the 12th house. So when you're talking about her
Mm.
intuitive abilities, that's like, I was just talking about this to someone that when psychic abilities, okay, it was this morning when I was recording my interview, my podcast with Susan, which is coming out this weekend, by the way. I haven't even announced that yet. So much going on. But we were talking
Yeah.
about mediumship and psychic and intuitive abilities, and the fact that I told
Mm.
her, like, you have to look at the 12th house. That's the place of insight and intuition. And Traylene actually does have Neptune in the 12th house, which means that it's very strong intuitive abilities. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're what's called a splenic projector. So that means that your knowings of yes or no are very much like intuitive, and it's a survival mechanism. So you're just like so instantaneously yes or no. But when it comes to things becoming when for you to achieve success, you have to wait for the invitation. And that's challenging because you have this your environment is markets external. What that means is that you like the buzz, and you like to sort of engage in the buzz of a place. You probably would love to live like in those like Parisian sort of images that you get where like there's a house on top of like a little market, like the apartments on the top of the market, and you can see people everywhere. The problem is, so you like that energy, but then the problem is that it's not a problem, it's who you are. You're an observer, so you're also
Mm.
not, you're here to look at that, and you're here to witness that, and people will come to you the more that you learn by witnessing. So that's what I have to say with regards to that. Definitely the energy, if you're feeling drained, it's because you're not coming out of your strategy. Because when you're out of your strategy, you will feel success and you will have a lot of energy. But then if you're not feeling that, then that means you're not waiting for the invitation. And that's that. So it takes time. I think in human design, they say it takes 7 years to undo all the conditioning. So, I mean, it's like baby steps, right? But now that you know that, you can start to move forward in that way. And Jai, do you have anything else to add with regards to energies, maybe the body, the first house? I'm thinking
Yeah,
anything that might be going on.
this is interesting. I was just looking at that. So she's got Capricorn rising. So that is a very sort of mature energy that you kind of give off, Traylene. And you also have the South Node in the first house, which means that there's some kind of a karmic, like you're experiencing your body in a, I don't want to say that because it sounds bad, but like there's something that you're revisiting in this lifetime that has to do with your body, and you have to heal, you're
Mm.
healing that. And you're also at the same time, because your South Node is in Aquarius, you're healing your this is interesting because South Node Aquarius is about being persecuted in a past life. And there may be some kind of past life regression that's coming up in relationship to your knees. The knees chakra are also, whoa. I remember when I was studying with Matthias, the knees chakras, there is a chakra there, and it is about like the ability to move forward and the flexibility. And so having Capricorn at the cusp of the first, and your knees experiencing this sort of injury, or I'm not sure exactly what is going on there, it's going to feel like you're losing the flexibility. So what I would recommend is like Chandra said, like start to use your strategy for moving forward in life so that the flexibility and the ease can come back into flow for you. What is that noise?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the guinea pigs drinking water.
Oh, okay. That's
It's like a
hilarious.
tuck, 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 tuck.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Is that a typewriter? Oh my God.
Oh god,
So
that's
that's what I see
hilarious.
concerning, you know, with the South Node in the first house. It has to do with your body. So there's just, yeah, there's so that like there's a release that needs to happen so that you can let go of those sort of um maybe memories of a past life of persecution and all of that, and then and step into your light, because you really are here to step into your light with your North Node in Leo shining bright and letting yourself have fun and being in, you know, your essence. And it has to do also with finding relationships that make you feel good. So that's what I got.
Yeah. Bam.
There
That's
you go.
cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
this is fun. Um
Nice job, Traylene. Woo woo.
so
Okay, I'm gonna
Micah,
stop the share.
yeah, okay, so Micah is next. Is Micah in the chat? Let me actually take a moment now to read the list, so the order of the list. So
Okay, cool.
we started with Traylene, we're going to Micah, and then Jill, and then Michelle Lee, and then Tosha, and then Taria, and then Gerline, and then Stephanie, and then Hannah, and then Christina G. So that
Wow.
is the list. Yes. So Micah, has anyone seen Micah in the chat? Or it could be someone else that like signed up under Micah. Just let us know if that's you. And what we need when it's your turn is your birth info. So date of birth, time of birth, and location. And if there's more than one person signed up, or that you are going to do, meaning not more than one person, but if you're going to do like a synastry or compatibility thing, we need that information for both of you as well. So there we go. I don't
Alrighty
see a
then.
Micah in the chat. Do you?
No.
I'm just looking at the chat right now, you
Let's give it a
guys.
second. I see Jill.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's after Micah?
Jill. So maybe we should
Oh,
just go.
okay.
Let's just do Jill.
Let's do Jill.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
do
Here we
Jill.
go.
So we're both going to pull up your chart here.
10-6-71.
Okay.
And here we go. Here we go. 4:17 p.m.
And yeah, that's what we'll need. So when it's your turn, make sure you're ready so we don't waste any time kind of waiting around. And then Olath. It's called Olathi or Olath.
I think it's a Laffy, but I don't know. I used to say T-guard, so.
Oh my God. All right, so I think I got it. And here we go. Big old Libra stellium right there.
Yay, Libra stelliums, go!
Okay, so let's see if you put up a question. I didn't notice that. Overall natal reading and human design. Okay, so just kind of a general reading.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Cool.
So, got it.
I can start talking as I'm downloading, but basically you are a, let's see, emotional manifesting generator. This means that
Ooh.
you are here to know yourself, and your strategy is to wait until you have seen everything with regards to your emotions and you have gathered all of the information that you need so that you know what's right and what's wrong. And at the same time, as a generator, you are oh god, I can't think and click. As a generator, you are also your strategy is to respond. So you are always attracting life to you, and you have to wait. It's really challenging as a manifesting generator to wait, because as a manifesting generator, you're also a little bit of the energy of the manifester, who is the one that takes initiative, that starts things, but you are at the core a generator, and you have to wait for the thing to come to you, and then you can respond. And then you will know, once you've gone and gathered all the information through your emotional highs and lows of whatever it is, then you'll know yes or no. Then you can respond yes or no. Yes, I will do this. No, I won't do this. Yeah. Do you have anything? As I'm
What
looking
else?
in
Yeah.
here.
Oh, I was gonna say, what else jumps out at you from her chart? I'm actually really curious.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah, and
looking
I'll
at the
add some more stuff.
environment.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at the environment, and it's mountains passive. So the best place for you is to be somewhere that you have perspective. It doesn't mean that you need to live in the mountains, but it does mean
I
that
think
your
she does live in the
space
mountains.
needs to be in a way that you, and it's passive, so you need to be able to see things like in this way, like you need to be able to have perspective and be able to see the things around you. So the best place for you, especially in an office, is like where you can see everything in front of you, or if you have a higher desk with a higher chair where you're like a little bit above things, it's important for you to be able to see things almost like if you were at the top of a mountain. So, if you live in a high rise, that will give you like that sense that you need, that safety and security and comfort that you need. We each in our environment have a different way of being able to take that in. For you, it's that perspective. So, what else was I just getting? The fact that it's passive means that for you specifically, you don't need to interact with the environment. You just need to be able to see it. Um, what else?
So let
What
me add let
else?
me add a couple
Oh, I
things
was just
there.
going to say one thing
Yeah.
that came to me was like not high shelves, nothing on the top shelves, just everything down that you need and that you can see.
Mm.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. So she has, to speak of the connection with the mountains and nature, she has a lot
Mm.
of Venusian energy in her chart. So there's a Libra stellium with um, Venus, Uranus, Sun, Mercury, Black Moon Lilith, and Pluto. All of those in Libra, which if you think of the energy of Mars in Libra, it's about waiting. It's about weighing things out and waiting and waiting. So that's where I feel the
Mm.
connection to that energy right there. Although she has Mars in Aquarius, not exactly in Libra, but all that Libra energy can
No, but it's
cause
still that
that.
detached, like, need to see the grand view of things.
Yes,
Like
yes.
Aquarius, that's what I see in that. Yeah.
Totally. And then she's
Hmm.
got her moon in Taurus. And so the Venusian energies, what I feel, are connected to nature and goddess Isis, and also the Hathors, and goddess Isis and Hathor, who was basically goddess Isis' like predecessor or teacher, is all about connecting to Mother Earth and working with the earth and the energies of the earth. So I feel these deep connections, these Venusian sort of starseed markings in her chart, allowing her to really feel more comfortable in the nature, right? And when you're talking about the higher perspective, she does have North Node in Aquarius conjunct Mars
Oh.
with Aquarius rising. So
Oh, wow.
that's sort of eagle energies, very much eagle
Holy
energy. So like,
moly.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
So looking at everything from above, and when you are in that place, that's where you're going to feel like you're at your best, because you're moving toward your North Node, your life purpose, which is really to usher in the Aquarian age, to change the world, to revolutionize the world, to do something different for the world. And it has to do with also your body. And it has to be with taking action, because it's in the first house of Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to add to that.
Let me see what else. Oh, let me add one more thing, which also relates to all that Aquarius energy. Your cognition, which is right under the determination, is taste. So this is about uncertainty and changing it up. So, one of your highest potentials is a refined and dynamic palate. And this has to do with eating, but also experiences. So, you like to have that overview so that you can see where to go next, what that experience is that you want to get at, or by taking the information in that way from that higher perspective, you know exactly how to respond, and you will always have lots of different experiences coming at you. And with regards to like diet and food, that's good. You're one of those people that can just like keep moving on to the next and the next and the next and the next and the next, and you don't need to have like a set thing that you do with for diet. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Interesting. What are some of her undefined centers that I see there?
Ooh, okay. So she's got an undefined crown, undefined ajna, and the undefined heart. So you're this is interesting because it's a lot of that. You're super psychic and you can gather all that information, but the concepts don't always come out exactly, as it's like fuzzy sometimes. And your memory might not be the best, but that's totally who you are, because
That's a lot
you're
of that
kind of
Libra.
flowing.
Yeah, that Libra
You're
energy is
flowing.
very celestial. It's like floating. It's totally floating. And she was born near
Exactly.
the superior conjunction, which is again, people have a hard time. Well, I think so because Venus is direct, but she could have been born on the inferior conjunction. But either way, the Libra energy, which is related to the celestial Venus, is about feeling like you're floating in the air all the time and you have a hard time coming down to earth. That's why it's so important for her to ground, and that Taurus moon is going to bring her down in a
Oh,
good
that
way.
actually makes me think of, yeah, that makes me think of just that same mountains thing where it's a lot of, and it's also an observer energy. So your style within your environment is to watch. So you're definitely not like, your best is when you just sit and wait, and something will come to you, and then you go. And
Mm,
then you go and you engage and you're like, boom, 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 yay, activity, experience. And then you're done, and then you just go back
mm-hmm,
and you're just like watching.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and
That's,
because
yeah.
of all the Libra, in your chart too, Jill. Yes, you are going through a lot in your eighth house, and the full moon is going to be in your eighth house. So there is a lot of changes coming up, and but the full moon is a bit more of a culmination energy, and so notice what are the cycles that are kind of ending, because there is going to be some cycles that are coming to a fruition, to an end this weekend, and then the energy is going to start to flow from there, flow, like calm down from there.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yay.
Cool.
All
Very
right.
cool.
So did
Very
Micah
nice.
ever show up into the chat, you guys? If not, it's Michelle Lee, and I think she has been posting up her info. So why don't we just go ahead and go with Michelle?
Jill says I'm like a helium balloon.
Oh my god. Okay. So Michelle.
Oh, there we go. June 3rd, 71.
And the time, 1:06 p.m. And the place, Maryville, Tennessee. Okay. Interested in my Venus in transit and on my Venus natal on Aldebaran. Okay, let me make sure. So it's June 3rd, 1971 in Maryville, Tennessee. I got that at 1:06 p.m. Okay, so Venus transit. Okay, so the Venus transit, where it's happening, and then also your Venus natal on Aldebaran. Okay, so in your natal chart, you don't actually have Venus on Aldebaran. So I'm wondering, did I do a starseed reading for you? Do we have the correct information for your birthday? No, I'm like,
June
what?
3rd, 71 at 1:06 p.m. That's what I have.
What you do
Oh,
have.
it's not? Okay. What city is that close to? Because in my program, it doesn't have all the exact cities. If you give me like a big city near Maryville, Tennessee, that I can use, like is it Nashville or whatever other big city near there?
So what I do see that's close to Aldebaran is actually your sun. You have sun at 12 degrees of Gemini, which is 3 degrees from Aldebaran. So I'm going to talk
Mm,
about that. We
yeah.
can talk about that, I guess. But the Venus transit is basically happening in your 8th house of death and change and transformation. You have Aries at the cusp of the 8th. This is a transit that is causing a lot of, I guess, changes to come about in your life. And with all the themes that I talked about with Venus in Aries and the sun in Aries right now in the spring equinox, it really is a new beginning for everyone. And so the endings that you have experienced in your life are coming to a close. Things are coming to a close. We're going to have a full moon in Libra, which is going to be in your 2nd house, and that's the house of Taurus. It's the house of, it's ruled by Taurus, but it's also the house of finding your grounding. So the full moon is going to actually help you find some more grounding and focus a little bit more on your the way that money does come to you in your life and the abundance that comes to you in your life, but also on a more personal level, your own self-esteem and how you value yourself, and then also how you value things in general. And so that's in terms of the Venus transit. Is there's endings right now, strong endings, but also new powerful beginnings. That's the theme of the 8th house. So notice in your life where things are changing and transforming. And then the full moon this weekend is going to activate like those beautiful energies of Libra and the 2nd house of finding your grounding. And you do have your moon in Libra, so it's going to be like a moon return for you. And that's going to be really beautiful. Let me see what other notes you put on here.
Okay.
She says my moon,
Sorry, guys,
my
I'm having a
Venus
really hard
moon,
time with this program.
starseed moon. So if you want to, so your Venus is at 19 degrees of Taurus in your chart. So that's the strong Venusian energies. Your Mercury is at 23 degrees of Taurus and your Saturn is at 28 degrees of Taurus. And they are in this powerful Taurus stellium. So like I said, strong Venus energies. And then the what was that? Okay, so Aldebaran is on your sun. So this is your soul, the expression of your soul, and Aldebaran is known as the eye of the bull. In the it's found in actually in Vedic astrology, it's going to be found in Taurus. In Western astrology is going to be found at 9 degrees of Gemini. And so being this close means that your soul has the ability to sort of see, kind of like we were talking for Jill's reading, to see that higher perspective, to have access to knowledge, because Aldebaran is about knowledge and it's about the all-seeing eye of Horus. So, and it's also strong Venusian energy. So I would say you have strong Venusian starseed energy in your chart, and that's connected to goddess Isis and goddess Hathor, with all of the Taurus placements, with Venus in her dignity in Taurus in your chart, and your moon in Libra, and you know your sun close to Aldebaran. So that is what I would say about the questions that you had, Michelle. Did you
Yeah, let
figure it
me do
out?
the screen share.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
let me
ahead.
do the screen share. And then here we go. Okay, so let me think about that. I think so you've got a lot of open centers. You're a pure generator, so you've got the energy to get things done, but you don't have any of the sort of um you're not here to have initiative on things. You're here to just respond. So things come to you, and then you take action on them, and you have a very defined crown and mind. So you can take a lot of information and you really know what's going on all of the time. Now, let me see here. Um okay, so this is a cool one. Your cognition is smell. And let me go in here because your way of going about things, and you have a really fine-tuned sense of intuition with regards to smells, and you have a really defined sense of smell. It's about security. So this is how you are able the thing you need to remember is you have permission to follow your instincts, and always follow your instincts, because that fine-tuned sense of smell will take you to the right things and the right opportunities and in the right direction, and it will just align you all the time to wherever it is that you need to go to. So those are like the main things. Now, okay, and then you have one more thing that I see here, which is your environment is shores artificial. This means is that you like to have options as far as where you can engage with. So in shores, you have like where land meets the sea, right? So you have like options. You can be in the water or you can be in the land. And especially like if, those of us who are familiar with different coasts, like the Oregon coast, you have like the forest, and then all of a sudden you have the beach, and then all of a sudden you have like the water, right? So you like those kinds of environments, but yours is artificial. So for you, it's important to be able to like have options with regards to where you live. So maybe you like your home to be really um sort of one feeling and maybe really cozy, but you live in the city, so you can access like the hubbub of activity right outside your door, but then when you're inside it's a completely different vibe, or the other way around. You have a lot of interaction and stimulation at home, and then outside of your home is like really chill and like a more small town feeling sort of thing. So that is what I see jumping out right at me from this chart.
Cool. I was going to add that with Saturn on the Pleiades in her chart and the connection to Lemuria, that's very
Mm.
much the water kind of like energy. And then also the Venus in dignity in her chart in Taurus, and the moon in Libra, which is all those Venusian starseed markings. Venus was born from the ocean. So I'm like, it's just, I'm like tickled that like this is so cool to look at these two
Yeah,
energies kind of combined.
that is very cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so you feel your best when you have options in your environment. Like you can't just live in the city and it's all activity and it's all blah blah. Like you need different things, and then or you can't just live like in the woods. You need to have options in your environment for you to feel at your best. Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Yay. Okay, so next is if Micah is here. I haven't seen Micah in the chat. So the next on the list, I'll read the list off, is Tosha, and then Taria, and then Gerline, and then Stephanie L, and then Hannah, and then Christina G. So I would say Micah, if you're here, put up your question, and then Tosha, you can put up your question as well. So there we go. And what we need, if this is your first time, we're going to need your time of birth, your date of birth, and location. And if you are having us compare charts, we're also going to need that information for the other person as well. And that is all. This is pretty fun, though. I'm having a lot of fun.
It's really cool how they intersect. I just love that.
Yeah, the synchronicities between the two and the things that are kind of like popping up, from people's charts.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it makes sense. It's all based on astrology, but I just love how one really informs the other and how it's really interesting because as we were talking about the shores thing, and
Hmm.
you're talking about all the Lemurian aspects and the Venus being born of the ocean, but how practical the advice is from the
Yes.
human design side, where you're like, no, this is where you need to live. Like, yes, because you came from that. Your soul is from that.
Right. I
But
know.
that
It's like
means
so
here on
cool.
earth, you need this. Like, this is what it
Hmm.
needs to look like for you
Hmm.
here on earth,
Hmm.
which is just like, I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, amazing. Yes, you're welcome, Michelle. So the list is full for tonight, but we are taking signups for Tuesday. We're going to be going live on Tuesday again evening. I think on this channel again, and then the next time we're going to be going live on Chandra's channel, but I think we're going to do it every 2 weeks. So that is the update on that. So I haven't seen Micah or Tosha. Did anyone else see uh them post anything in the chat? If not, Taria, if you're here, go ahead and put up
Micah,
your
Tosha,
question.
and Taria. Woo woo. Here we go.
Yeah, the what
Very
works best, you
nice. Very
guys,
nice.
is to have your information ready to post in the chat. So you just copy and paste it. That's the quickest way to sort of get the information to us. And you do have to put it in the chat. That's basically how, because I'm here in Sedona and Chandra is in Colorado. So we both need to be able to look at the information. So I know some of you guys put it in PayPal, but we do need the information here. So Tosha, I need also the location as well as the time and the day, and then also the location for the other person. I know that you had a compatibility reading. So I will start pulling up your chart and wait at the same time. We will wait for the information of your other um, person, unless you change your mind and you just want to read your chart, which is okay too.
And here's the thing too, if you sign up and when you sign up, you know that you might not be live, you can send the information through with the PayPal, and then we could probably just do those like at the end or something like that. And if you just let us know, so then you'll have the recording and we can just go through it, so you don't, miss out on your spot.
Right. Yeah. Joan says, I'll
Yeah,
book for
I think
Tuesday.
that'll
Okay, that
work.
sounds
Very
awesome.
nice, very nice. All right, Tosha, here we go.
So you both were born in Minneapolis? I can't say that word.
You are an identical twin. Okay, I see. So it's the same time and
So you're talking
place
about
and
a sibling? Or you're talking about like a twin flame? Sorry, I'm getting confused between the two.
yes,
So
that's
is this
yes.
your sibling or is this like a twin flame? I guess it could be both. Twin flames aren't all about romance.
I
Um,
mean, yeah.
I think she's talking about a sibling.
Yeah, an identical twin. Yes, I think
Okay.
10 seconds apart. Okay, cool. Wow, that's
Okay.
wild.
Yeah.
10 seconds? Really? Dang. What was that?
Boom. Boom. Oh my god.
That's amazing. That's
Oh, a
like
sister.
literally
Okay, a
amazing.
sister.
Like that is just wild.
Okay, a sister. All right. So this is so interesting. Okay, so you're saying that the relationship is we seem toxic. Okay. Well,
1983, 430. Okay.
all right, so I'm going to go like this. And okay. So it's basically like, we're looking at the same chart. This is so interesting. We only really need to look at one chart, right? Or no?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna look at
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the one because I can get all that information.
Yeah. And I can see, okay, so let me just look at your chart in general because I think this is the first time I'm looking at your chart. Yeah, I know. Wow, right? It's amazing. Um, so you guys are Taurus Sun, Moon in Sagittarius, Taurus rising, Venus in Gemini conjunct the North Node, Chiron in Taurus, so the healing journey of healing your relationship to basically your experience here on Earth in the physical environment in the third dimension, also healing your self esteem, your sense of self esteem. She says we are mirror image, which means we are exact opposites. She's left-handed, I'm right-handed. Okay, so
Wow.
yeah, that's so crazy. So
Okay, I'm
just in a
gonna do the
general
screen share so
sense,
everybody
yeah, go
knows.
ahead. So just in a general sense, that Taurus rising means that you're both very stubborn, and being Taurus suns also means that you're both very stubborn. There's a big stellium in Sagittarius. It's like, and it's with the South Node. Whoa, oh, okay. So you guys have this. Okay, so the South Node stellium is this Sagittarius, Uranus, which is the planet of revolution and change. You got Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. So Jupiter is expanding this stellium. You've got the moon, which is the mother. And you've got the South Node, of course, and then you've got Neptune. And so what I see here is that you guys came here together, and your relationship with your mother is it's a key thing to sort of, it's almost like you came here together to revisit that. You may have been siblings in a past life and had the same mother, and somehow it's like there's a return to this experience. Moon in the South Node can also mean difficult relationship with the mother. So those are just things that I'm kind of seeing generally here. What would cause like toxicness in the relationship, from my perspective, if you had two people with these exact same markings, would be like the stubbornness of Taurus, would also be the journey, right? So if you're learning to find your self-esteem, that can be different for both of you. Your mom is also Sagittarius moon. Wow. So also we're going through a nodal return. So you guys are going through your nodal return this year. That's a lot of
Mm.
fire. That's like strong fire. South Node Sag also means that you guys have had a spiritual past life, or you were, hello Peter, you were connected to, you had a spiritual experience, you were a sage, all those kind of things, and you bring a lot of wisdom into this life, and you are supposed to channel it by actually teaching about it. And in your relationships, this is an important theme as well. You may feel like a teacher in your relationship. So that's kind of what I get. I'm sure Mer will come through, but I'll kind of hand it over to you, Chandra, and see what you see.
Yeah, where am I looking here? Oh, that's right. Okay, so the things that I see here are splenic projectors. So projectors, you need to wait for the invitation. If you're all trying to get up in each other's space, then that's not going to work. You need to wait to be invited into the other person's space, and energy and all of that. So you're both, oh, excuse me, let me get out of that. You're both needing to like sort of just let the other be. And then you have a lot of open centers. So you have an open solar plexus, which will cause a lot. Jai and I can attest to this
Wow, they both
sibling
have that. Yeah.
situation.
Wow.
Jai and I both have this, and this has definitely meant a lot of really intense emotional situations that we have been through, like epic fights, like epic blowouts. I mean, all the time. Like I mean, it's really funny if I think about it. I'm like, oh God. And that's because the open solar plexus is the one that's taking in the information about the emotions of what's going on around you, and you're expanding it like exponentially. So you're both expanding all of that, right? Like that's very Sag. You're like, that's a Jupiterian energy. You're like expanding and expanding and expanding the emotions. So you're like, woo, okay, it's gonna get heated, right? And then you have your mom also has a Sag moon. So that's also about the emotions. And I don't know what her human design chart is, but as far as like that center, that's where you're getting all of that. So the thing about this is to remember that those emotions are not yours. You're going to feel them always. You're going to feel them, and you're always going to be taking in information in that area of your body, but you can detach from that. You can witness it as your higher self in a way, and you can know that that is your gift. It is your gift to be insanely empathic, and to literally feel what somebody else is feeling. So yeah, like when you get together and you both have open solar plexus and you bring anything together, you're gonna like make it bubble up like a gigantic fire. So that's amazing. Let's see. And then your motivation is out of fear, which the fear motivation is about. Let me see if I can. Where did I put it? Oh my gosh. The fear motivation is basically taking in a lot of details. So you need to know the everything about everything. And maybe this causes some issues. So, like, you need to have all of the details about everything because it's about knowing like where you're at. It's a survival mechanism. And you need to understand the how and the why and the what of everything, and then you assess things. Once you have all the information, that's how you know whether you can enter into a project, or if you want to complete it in a group, or if you want to do it alone. But you need to have all of that information, and if that's not being given to you, that puts you in a state of fear, and then you're going to react out of that because it's putting you in an instinctual like defensive space. Yeah, so that's what I am seeing with that. Do you have anything else, Jai?
I'm seeing that you guys are epic star seeds. I would recommend you get a freaking reading. But the interesting thing with this epic like Sagittarius South Node stellium, what I keep thinking is that like there was something like you guys have may have been wisdom keepers in the past. You have Sirius starseed markings, Pleiadian, Orion. I mean, there's a lot. Like there's a lot here, and like galactic center, royal stars. I mean, there's a lot. So like I feel like you guys may have come together in this lifetime to have this experience and to heal by sort of being yourselves. But I think also because here's what can happen with twins. So this is a map, right? Looking at your natal chart or your human design or even your astrology chart. What it is, it's a map, but you guys are somehow here to demonstrate how the map can be like the road can be taken into two different ways. So depending on what aspects you express from this, map is depending on you because you have free will, and the relationship to the mother keeps coming up. It's like and it's that
Mm,
Sagittarius energy which wants to be free, which needs to like release. And so, what an interesting experience to be born as a twin with both of you like really desiring to be free, right? Having this Sagittarius moon, which is exploring the world, and but somehow you came together. I just think it's so beautiful to see this like interesting dynamic going on here, especially with this twin energy.
Yeah, I think they also have, so you have the channel of surrender, and that's your only channel activated. So it's you came here to know how to surrender to the energies around you.
Oh my God, North Node
Um,
Gemini. Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And this is
So
a theme
both
that's
having
coming up
that at the
right
same time
now.
is really, that's what makes it challenging, like Jai was
Yeah.
saying, because you're both here and you're in the same home and you're like it's a lot. But however, let me say one more thing.
Hmm.
Your environment is valleys, and the valley is where, if you think about the valleys, this is where civilization,
Get out. Hold
um
on. Stop. Stop right there. Sagittarius South Node is the sage that went to the mountaintop and literally sat in the cave and meditated until he became enlightened. And North Node Geminis come back down from the mountain to the valley where the people are to teach what you learned.
Okay, and let me tell you about the valleys,
Damn.
because the valleys, and you have this valleys narrow. So the thing is that you are here. The valleys are where people traded, and where civilization sort of like sparked, right? Where people came together to trade. So it's about collaboration. That is really important. You're here together to work together. You are here to collaborate and on whatever that teaching is, because you both came here with the same information. So you'll figure it out. You will figure it out. And then you're going to work together and it's going to be epic. And you're going to wonder, like, what the hell
Are they,
that
so what
that
are they?
childhood was about.
Projectors or generators? What was that?
Projectors. So it's
Oh,
something
yes. That
about
is
whatever you're
so
geeking out on.
crazy.
Whatever you're geeking out on, and you probably geek out on very similar things. And if not, it doesn't matter, because it could be very similar to what you and I do, Jai. Like, you super geeked out on astrology and the charts and the star seeds, and I freaking love human design. And we
Mm-hmm.
come together and that's how it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's
Yeah, this is
it's
wild.
yeah.
This is really cool.
So where's the Mars? Because they have the same Mars, right?
Taurus in the first house.
Okay, yeah.
So
So
that's a,
there's something
it's slow,
about,
it's steady, slow and steady.
yeah,
Take your
there you
time.
go. So you'll figure it out.
Take your
You will
time.
figure it out. And then you're going to wonder, like, this time that you're feeling like it's so toxic and all that, you're going to be like, what the hell? Because it's going to be so epic in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So cool.
I know, right? Okay, so we have, is Taria here or Micah again? We're still waiting on Micah. Haven't seen Micah in the chat. But let me read you the rest of the list. We've got Taria and then Gerline and then Stephanie, Hannah, and Christina G. And if you want to get on the list for Tuesday, we are taking signups. It's $44 sent to my PayPal. The link is in the description of the video. If you sign up today, you will get on the list for Tuesday, where we'll be doing this again. Yeah, yeah. This is really cool. Yay. Okay, Taria, you're here. Okay,
Yes.
just got it. Boom. Let's do it. Let's pull up the chart.
Teria. Let me get to that information.
4285. At 10:08 a.m. She's never had a human design reading, and I've read
Cool.
her chart a couple of times, so whatever pops out. Well, what's the
What city is it?
Urbana, Illinois.
Urbana.
I'm going to let you go first and then add commentary to it.
All right, let me get my chart.
Yeah, sure.
Fill in here. All right, there we go. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, the human design stuff is amazing, you guys. It's wild.
Download. I've been geeking out on all the diet stuff. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a handle on it a little more,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm going to start offering readings for that cuz it's freaking mind blowing. Like
Woo!
I'm literally mind blown
Mm,
by my own, just looking at my own chart. Of course,
mhm.
I'm a manifesting generator, so I'm just here to know myself, and so I geek out on everything that has to do with knowing me. Oh, all right. Save. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh,
Dang,
there's such a
Andromeda is
process
really
for this
strong in
whole
her
thing.
chart.
Ooh, okay, I love that.
Andromeda.
All right, and screen share. Make sure I got the right one. Here we go. All right, emotional manifesting generator. So, your strategy is to respond. You are constantly bringing life, attracting life to you. Oh, you know what? Okay, so you have a lot of defined centers. You have a strong sense of stability, and you're not necessarily always under pressure to complete things. Like, you know when you can get things done and you have the energy to get them done. You also have a defined spleen, which means that you know just intuitively what you need to eat, what, your body tells you right away when you're doing something that you shouldn't, as far as eating or even anything like dangerous activities. You have a sense of like what's safe and what's not safe. Like I have never been on Gravitron, and Jai has been on Gravitron like 100 times.
Let's not talk about
And I
that.
have a defined spleen. I would never go on that ride. I know better. And it's the opposite for Jai. So that's just one funny example, but it's stuff like that, right? Like I don't really like, riding motorcycles.
She's
I'm just
talking
like,
about when I was like
it's just not for
13.
me.
When I haven't been on that ride since I was like 13, you guys.
I know, but still, I'm just
I
giving the
no, I know,
example.
I know. I'm just kidding. They probably think I'm like some
No, because
crazy.
the thing that you don't have this, you have a defined spleen, so you don't have to worry. But people with an undefined spleen are here to learn what it means. What does dangerous mean? So people with an undefined spleen are often in situations that other people are like, "Oh my God, what is happening?" Like, and then they're like, "What? I don't, like what? Oh, that was bad. Okay, never mind." But with a defined spleen, you're good. The cool thing is, as an emotional manifesting generator, you have the ability to make things come to fruition. You know how to get things done, and you know what it takes. But so it's really challenging to just sit and wait to respond to life coming to you, because you can see what needs to be done, you can see how it needs to begin, and you know that you have the energy and the willpower to get it done. But if you act out of your not response, so if you don't wait for it to come to you first, you will be super duper duper frustrated and angry. And so if you're experiencing frustration or anger in any situation or event or relationship or anything of the sort, or something you ate and then you were like, ew, that was gross, that's because you didn't wait to respond to the thing. Now, let me see if there's anything else that I see here, and I don't know if you want to chime in,
Yeah, I was gonna say
Jai,
she
about your
has like
stuff.
Sun in Aries, Pallas Athena in Aries, Mercury in Aries, Venus in Aries, Black Moon Lilith in Aries, the hidden planet Eris in Aries, and I would say that that is like the you were saying something about jumping into action or having the ability to take action. I feel like, and that's all in her 10th house, really. Pretty much all of those planets except for one. Although she does
Mm.
have Pisces at the cusp of the 10th. So it's almost so, and also the Venus transit that just happened in your 10th house of career. So there's massive activations going on right now in your 10th house of career in general. But what were you saying about the action, the how she should take action?
If she's not waiting to respond to a thing that comes to her, an energy, a person, an activity, something, then she'll feel anger and frustration.
Okay.
So what I see in her chart as far as what talks to me about the Aries, all the Aries stuff, is
Mm-hmm.
your environment. It's
Mm.
markets. Markets, the word for markets is buzz. So it's you like to be in an environment either where it's like um you live in a place that's very vibrant, like in the middle of the city. You enjoy that brings you life. And the market internal is that you take it in um sort of by like observing it, and that makes a lot of sense with the strategy. So you love the energy of it, but you're not there to like go touch it necessarily, not to initiate the doing of the things. You're there to feel it out, and then when something comes to you, because you have this energy, that you enjoy that energy, it's always like right there coming to you, so you don't have to wait much. It's not as hard as some manifesting generators, like who have different environments where they feel safe. For example, the cave, where it's like they're just like in a cocoon. But the thing that also tells me about that is because the market is about exploring, about going outside, about moving around, like, and just being in that energy. And that to me totally sounds like all of that Aries, exploring and like in that high vibration space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of excitement there for sure. I can feel that energy
Mhm.
very strongly in her chart. She does have Mars in Taurus, so that's where you can tap into the like, wait a minute, slow down a little bit, like tap into that because that's part of your mission. Your Mars conjunct your North Node in Taurus is you are here to experience the world, to feel the world, to find more stability in your life. And you're going to find that stability when you do give yourself the opportunity to slow down. You have a lot of this go, go, go energy and inspiration and activation. And that's good because help you get things going. And then you have the staying power to keep it moving forward with that Mars drive in Taurus, which is about stability and grounding and taking your time.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep, and you have high determination. And let me see. That is about sound. So you enjoy, it goes hand in hand with the fact that you enjoy that high energy and sort of like buzzing energy in your environment. So when you take in information, energy, food, you enjoy receiving a lot of information, you enjoy high sound. So it's about the vibration of things. And so you probably enjoy like busy restaurants and busy things, whereas that's a very unique to you sort of experience. And you might have friends who are like, oh god, it's too loud in here. But that you sort of need that stimulation in order to be able to digest. And that is very physical, so digesting food, but it's also digesting information and digesting energy. You need that like stimulation and lots of taking in information. Yeah,
Wow, there you go.
I know.
I do love
Cool.
how much stuff comes through for sure. Okay, so next on the list is Gerline. Is Gerline in the chat? I don't think I've seen her. The list is we're still waiting on Micah. Poor Micah. Micah, Gerline, Stephanie, and then Hannah, and then Christina G. And that's Christina G is the last name on our list for tonight. But if you do want to get for readings next Tuesday, we can we're taking signups for that as well. So Gerline, Stephanie, Hannah, and then Christina G. If we don't hear from Gerline, is Stephanie ready? I've had a hard time. She says, yes, spot on. Love to be in the next mix and observing. Love to be in the mix and observing. Yeah. I had a hard time sleeping without any sounds. Oh, yes. I can
Interesting.
I can kind of see that. Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
exact opposite of that. I'm a low frequency person. So for me it needs to be like as quiet as can possibly be. Otherwise I feel like my brain is going to explode. I'm very sensitive to sound and very sensitive to light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So Hokulani, that's Gerline, right?
Yes, that's right.
Hokulani? Okay, so Gerline, please put up your question and then Steph will have yours there.
I just have to deal with the diabetes. I'll be right back.
Yes, okay. Yeah, so thank you guys everyone for being here. Yeah, we're having a super fun time. I hope you guys are having fun. Whether you're getting a reading or whether you are here just kind of hanging out with us and listening in and learning all about human design as well as astrology. So this is the first time that we're doing these readings together. And cool stuff. Yeah, thanks. And yeah, it's been super, super, super awesome. Are you Gerline? Hokulani, are you Gerline? Is okay, so maybe she's in a little bit of a delay. That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh yeah, maybe if she was like if she's not like on the fast forwarding or whatever you call it.
I know you can get you want to make sure you fast forward all the way to the beginning so that you
Oh,
are
you can see
here.
Ellie Belly in the back.
Yeah, she's really cute.
She's chilling.
Yeah, you're welcome. Um
My guineas are sleeping now.
Not for tonight, Kimberly, but we are taking signups for Tuesday evening where we'll do these readings again. Right now, we're waiting for Gerline to put up her question. Then it's Steph, and then Hannah, and then Christina G. And if Micah comes into the chat, then you will also be next in line. You were actually second on the list, but we haven't seen you in the chat. And if it's someone else that signed up under Micah, oh, brother. Dog pillow. What does that say? Dog pillow was
Was
what?
summoned.
Oh my God. All
The
right. So
dog
here's
pillow. All right.
Graylene's. All right, cool. So let's pull it up. Do you have I wanted to know more about my North Node, Midheaven, and career. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
November 6, 11/6/84.
102 Honolulu. Okay.
1:02 a.m. And yes, that's right, Honolulu. Okay, so I want to know more about my North Node and Midheaven and career. Have you gotten a starseed reading from me? I can't remember, you guys. I apologize if I've done. The other day I was looking at the stack of like starseed readings I've done because I keep the chart, like the image of the chart, and it's fat, you guys. I'm like, at this point, I don't remember. I'm like, I don't know. If I did it, I'm sorry. I don't remember. If I
You
see
have
your
a
chart there.
defined ajna, right, Jai? Yeah, you have a
Do
defined
I?
ajna and a defined throat center, I believe.
So what does that what does that mean?
No, that means you normally would remember, but it's gotten to the point where
It's
you
like
have so many
there's
that you
so much.
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, so North Node, Midheaven, and career. So you have your North Node in Taurus in the 10th house. You have Taurus at the cusp of the 10th house, and you have Chiron in Gemini in your 10th house. So there is quite a bit of things going on here. I do see you have strong Pleiadian markings right there, and also Aldebaran and Orion. So just like on a little side note there. But North Node in Taurus is about finding stability. South Node in Scorpio is about letting go of the past, moving away from the drama, being addicted to drama, because Scorpio can be a lot of addictions. So the goal here is to let go of the addiction to drama and to move towards stability. Now, at first, when you actually make that transition in this lifetime, because the North Node is normally the place where we feel completely out of our comfort zone, we feel much more comfortable doing South Node stuff. But because the North Node is outside of our comfort zone, what happens is at first, especially with Taurus, North Node is when you find stability, it's boring. At first, it's boring. But then the more you live in that stable life, not even joking, the more you stay in that space, the more you realize, oh my God, look at what I was missing out on, worrying about all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be in my stable life. North Node in the 10th house is also like having your North Node in Capricorn. So there is something about career. Like, you are here to like have a career. I mean, this is strong Saturn energies. You do have Saturn in Scorpio conjunct your sun in the 3rd house, and that's like there's just an intensity about you and an intense kind of authority as well about you. Saturn in Scorpio can be kind of gnarly energy. I have that in my chart. When you go through your Saturn return, that's a really difficult time in life. Can be very difficult, and I think what I keep hearing about Saturn in Scorpio, Saturn return, is like it lasts for a long time. Some kind of a weird way. So that's basically like what you need to do is focus on career and focus on stability. Taurus and Capricorn are both earth signs, and those two things, when you focus on those two things, you will literally bring in all the success that you've ever wanted in your life. Part of this is about learning to let go of the insecurity that you feel about speaking your voice, because Chiron and Gemini is about telling your truth and speaking your voice and telling your story, and you have a hard time doing that. But when you understand and you heal that journey, you are going to free yourself up, and all the success will come. But you got to focus on stability. You got to move away from the drama. You got to find something that is related to career or showing up in the world that is also going to be related to telling your story. That's what I got.
Yes, that's beautiful. That's really on point. Where is her Mars?
In Capricorn in the 5th, which is
Okay,
trining your all these North Node placements, which is
that's
beautiful
where
help.
that's where your prosperity lines are. Your prosperity lines are Saturn and Mars. So something about taking action in that like very methodical way, setting your sights on a goal and just going for it. But you're going to need to tap into your strategy, which is to respond. You are a pure manifesting generator. Actually, we have a lot of things in common, which is really interesting here. So, your best environment is the cave. So, you need a space that is yours, that is respected, that is your little cocoon space, that is where you go to recharge. And if it's the best if it has one entrance only, because you need it to be like your thing, and then you invite people in and out, and when they come they know they're coming into your space, and when they leave, and it needs to be that for you to feel safe and for you to be able to recharge. The other thing is that you might be sensitive to light when it comes to sleeping. So when you're sleeping, you might be really, really sensitive to light. Now, let me think. What else in here? Oh, your cognition is touch. So I have the same thing. You will be able to pass on wisdom after you've been through some shit, and you transmit energy with your aura, with your hands, so it might have something to do with making something with your hands, actually putting all of that essence of you, the healing and the wisdom, into a product or into a thing that you can actually touch and give your energy to. That people who have this cognition are the people who we think of as magicians. Like, you can literally move energy with your hands. So it could be Reiki, it could be making things, it could just be like being in someone's space, because it has to do with your aura and how you like touch people with your aura. um what else? And then your determination is alternating, so this tells me a lot. So you have alternating touch and caves, which is all about North Node Taurus. It's all about like quiet, enclosed, like space for you. You, in order to be able to do this, like be able to be in the power of the touch, you need to be able to just like be at the full expression of you, which takes chilling out. It takes experiencing a lot of gnarliness in order to gain the wisdom, but then you need to just like come from that strength. And that's a very like commanding presence. And then the alternating determination is even more, because with regards to diet, for you, your sense of smell is really important. If something smells good to you, eat it. If something smells bad, do not eat it. Just don't eat it. It doesn't matter how much time, whatever, like how much time somebody spent on it. I mean, that does matter, but what I'm saying is it's not going to be good for your body. You're going to have digestive issues. And more importantly, you're good with like one food. You could just eat like
Well,
pineapples
she lives in Hawaii.
for 3
Wait,
weeks.
she also
Yeah, you
just
could
said
just
she
eat
also
pineapples for
just
like
said
3 weeks, and then the next fruit that becomes ripe, you just eat that for 3 more weeks. And
she
then you
said,
just like, and
is
one
that
thing at a time, like one thing at a time, not like a lot of ingredients, not a lot of spices, not a lot of everything. Like, forget variety, forget 500 things. Like, you just like the one thing that smells good to you, and just go with it, and don't care what anybody says about it. That's going to be the best for you.
So she says, is that why my hands are so hot and sweaty? It's gross. That's why I have a hard time with this phone.
You need to use it. You need to use it. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? There's something else too. The open solar plexus. So that's the hard part of expressing your voice, because you have a defined
Mm.
throat, but you're anti-confrontational. You can be really passive aggressive, and that's okay. That's just a reaction of like not wanting to feel the backlash of everybody else barfing their emotions on you. Like, that's what it feels like to have a solar plexus. But that's okay. You need to stand up for yourself, and you need to express that. So that's probably why, like, you need to use it. You need to use that thing.
All
Yeah.
right, there you go. So next we have Stephanie, and then Hannah, and then Christina G. So are you able to post your information again, Stephanie? Because it's so far back in the chat now that I don't know if I can go back and find it. I can try to go back and find it. But yeah, if you could
Get
post it again, that would be
to
awesome. And yeah, so that's the list. Stephanie, Hannah, and then Christina G. And when you send us your information, we will pull it up on our programs and go from there. She said yes. Okay, awesome. And thank you everyone for being here. Those of you that are getting a reading, or those of you that are just watching, thank you guys again so much for hanging out with us. That's super, super fun. Okay, dokay. Okay, there it is. You see it, Chandra?
There we go.
It's 1/4/86, 12:17 p.m. And then what was the question that you have? Bay Shore, New York. Okay, 1/4/86. Got it. Yeah, you're welcome. Awesome. Hi, Stacy.
Bay Shore, New York. Let me go back to. Oh, it's 2 words. My bad. No wonder it's not finding it. Is it New Jersey?
New York, I think. New York. And then her question is just a transit reading. I'm moving sometime soon, but I don't know when or where as it's not in my hands really. I think you had said something else though, if I remember. Um,
Moving soon.
I gotta see what she
Okay, I
wrote
can
because
give
I
you
remember she
actually. I
said
can give
something
you a lot
interesting.
because we'll just talk about the environment
Yeah. No, that's not it.
and your way to like how to move, how to get there, how to use your strategy to get to that place.
Okay, she says,
So,
I've seen my human design chart, but I don't really get it. LOL. Okay.
okay, yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it's because
Yeah.
it's like basically saying this is you, like the fullness of who you are into numbers. It's like, wait, what the hell?
Okay. So do you
So,
want to go
okay,
first or do you want me to go first?
let me see. Environment, shores, natural. Wherever you go, you need to have a options for where you are with regards to the natural environment. So it needs to have access to two or more different things, either a lake in the woods or the beach and the city, or like the beach and the sand, like the water and the sand. So, or what else? I mean, like you got like the mountains and a lake and the woods, or like you're close to a place where it has um especially like if you combine water with something else, and then it just two or more different environments so that you have options really close by to you, to wherever that place is, so that you have options to go and be there. Let me see. You also have touch. So you do need to be able to like have the time to use that ability, which requires for you to have like the right environment to be able to feel really good in your body, because that has a lot to do with how you feel in your body. What else, Jai?
What I'm noticing in her chart, in her transit chart, is that the Venus Sun conjunction is happening in your 12th house. So there's a new beginning coming around the corner, but it's true. It's so funny. You say you don't know where it's going to be because it's not in your hands. That's so interesting because the 12th house is very much like you see, but there's a fog, like you can sense it but you can't see it with your eyes, so I think what you're feeling is the new beginning, and you're feeling it strongly through like your psychic channels and your psychic energy, but you really don't you're not it's not really clear. And I don't think it's supposed to be exactly clear. But what I will tell you is that having a north node in Taurus, we were just talking about this with Gerlene's reading, is you need to find stability in your life. Move away from drama. You have south node with Pluto and Mars and Scorpio in the 7th house. So the drama that goes on in your life could very much be related to your relationships, to power dynamics in your relationships, like just
Hmm.
here we go, Bora Bora, gnarliness. But that's basically like what it is. It's like Mars and Scorpio is like tenacious, it's relentless, and sometimes it can be a what do you call that? It's one of the Saturn and Mars are the two malefics
Malefics,
The
yeah.
two malefics. And so like it can be like scary energy with Scorpio. So you have to learn to move away from that space and focus on yourself, which is your first house where your north node is, and find stability. So wherever it is that you are moving to needs to be a place that gives you that stability. And so you have to get away from all that drama. Let's see what she's saying. That makes a lot of sense. I love the beach and hiking in the woods. There's so much family drama around this move. Interesting. So go to where the stability lies. Go to where the
And
stability
go
that
to where go to where feels good.
you
Go to
also
where
have
what's coming to you feels good in your gut.
sh-
You are a pure generator and you're, let's see.
she also has Cancer in the fourth house. So there's an like home needs to feel like you feel
Hmm.
nurtured.
Mm-hmm.
Like home needs
Mm-hmm.
to feel like it's a place of love, not a place of drama, for sure.
And your incarnation cross is the left angle I'm left angle cross of individualism. So you're here to do you. You're not here to whatever else everybody wants you to do.
Mm. And there is karma
Yeah, to
connected
do
to
it
it.
in
So
your way.
you have to choose to walk away from all of that energy. You do. And you have to realize that that's a choice.
Yeah, it's hard. I think people want you to be certain. People want you to know to answer their questions. People want you to be able to express yourself in a way that they understand, but that's not you. You have energy, you have willpower, but you don't always the words don't come out exactly like you want them to, and that's because that's your power is to receive in those centers. It's not to give. So don't let others pressure you into, or it's okay to release yourself of that burden, of the pressure to answer everyone else's questions and be certain about anything. You don't have to be certain. It's fine. Because you know when you know. And when a thing comes to you, then you'll know. And then you don't need to know the why or the how. You just know that you know because you know. And that's there's no need for certainty and explaining and in telling anybody. And then the drama is intense because you have an open solar plexus, so it's like everyone probably thinks you're the crazy one when they're actually the ones like giving you all their emotions, and you're just like reflecting on them like a mirror, and they're like, oh my god, she's so wild, and you're not. You're probably like the most calm and relaxed one of the
Of all
bunch.
of them. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
also going through your Jupiter return, and that's a pretty big deal. You have Jupiter in Aquarius. So this is an
Mm.
expansion time. It's expansion time. So maybe it's time to I want to say leave the nest, although I'm sure you've already left the nest and in those kind of ways. But what I mean is like it's time for you to go explore new horizons, because the Aquarius energy is about going into the future, working with people, and it's in your Jupiter's in your 11th house of new networks of people, the new beginning that the Sun and Venus are activating for you, as also being magnified by the fact that like that this Jupiter is returning and you are wanting to be free and expand and go find new people, go meet new people. And that's a big deal. This year and next year you're going to feel those have there's intent, the call.
Yep. You have the channel between gate 10 and 34, and this is called the channel of exploration. So
Mm,
that's what you're here to do. You're here to explore. You also have the channel of surrender. So you're here to experience all of that exploration and learn what it's like to just give in to it, not in the like surrendering of your boundaries or of who you are, but in the like beauty of experiencing life for what it is, and surrendering to the beauty of love and of God.
mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm. Awesome. Cool.
that was cool. I
So we
like
have
that one.
Hannah. Hannah is next, and then Christina G. So what you could do is just post the information in the chat, and then if you have a question that you want us to look at, or if you just want a general reading, we can do that as well. But yeah, there you go.
There we go. There we go.
And I think I
That
have
reminds me of Was that Peach?
Yes. There we go. Yeah. Peach has got it. Take that, warrior. No, it wasn't Warrior. What was his name? What was his name? Take that, Bowser.
Oh yeah, Bowser.
Who knows what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Oh, that was really funny. Yes, it is very interesting. Okay, so Hannah wants general. And
all right, let me put that into the chat, and then I gotta go do.
oh, the battery died on your camera, and I think I
Oh
have
no!
yeah.
Hang on, guys. Technical
It's
difficulties
okay.
going
It's
on over
okay. We
here.
can still hear you. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, it's all good. Let me put this into the thing so I can share the screen, and then I'll go deal with the diabetes.
Okay.
We've been having a lot of cake.
Do you have the info?
And yeah, right? It's in there? Or it's just Oh, Hannah, did you put it in there?
I think she put it in a little while ago.
Oh no.
If you can put it in again for Chandra so she can see it.
Do you have it? Why don't you just give it to me?
Yeah. Okay. So it's 2/8/85
Birthday, year? Mhm.
at 8 a.m. in Norman, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Hannah says, tell me all the things. Oh, I love that. Okay, we'll wait for you to
see.
fix your camera and all that good stuff.
What was
and
the
take care
city
of Jill.
again? Norman.
Norman.
Norman, okay. Oh, there's a Norman, Washington.
Okay, it's Mario Kart, you guys. It's Mario Kart. Mario
Take that,
Kart.
Bowser.
Mario Kart was like a game that we played when we were like 13, and my
We're younger.
favorite.
We were younger than
Younger
that,
than
dude.
that? Are you sure?
Maybe I was 13. Yeah.
So
we were little when
it
we
was
used to play that.
it was Mario Kart, and like one of the characters was Peach, the princess, and I was always
Yeah,
Peach.
she wore pink.
Yeah, she had a pink dress, and it was like Peach and Mario and Luigi and Bowser and the monkey one. Who was that monkey
The
guy?
monkey one? I have no
The big
idea.
old, no, it was like a gorilla. It wasn't a monkey. It was like a gorilla. It was like a big gorilla. Wario. I think Wario was one of the characters.
Yeah, Wario, and I think Bowser was the monkey. No?
No, Wario was like a guy with a yellow hat. Okay, anyway. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he was like a weird turtle-looking guy.
Wait, there was a turtle-looking
Wario.
guy?
Yeah, that's Wario. No. He had like spikes on the back of his shell.
Dude, change your battery.
Hold on, I'm gonna
Hannah's
share
over there
the
like, what the
screen. I'm gonna
fuck,
share the
guys?
screen. Hold on, here we go. Let me go deal with this stuff.
Okay. Chandra her daughter has type 1 diabetes, so like the alarm's going off, so she's got to go check that real quick. And yeah, so Hannah, you want a general reading? Oh my god.
Talking to you guys and you can't see anything.
Yeah, I know. Just like see like a rainbow colored epicness on your screen. Oh, that was college for you, Rebecca. Oh my god, that's so funny. I can hear the Mario Kart music. Remember the end when like dun, 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 I can't even remember it, but like when you won or you lost at the end, you got first, second, or third place. Yeah, but so Peach would be like, yeah, Peach has got it. Every time she would like beat somebody, and it was like you were in a little cart, and there was like you were racing. It was the best. It was the best. How do you know who Donkey Kong is? It was Donkey Kong. That's right. Jill says my kids always tried to get me to play about 5 years ago. Well, then they had it on the Wii. They like added it to the Wii, but like Nintendo 64 was the best. What are we talking about? Oh my god. Okay. So I'm waiting for Chandra to come back, Hannah, so she can start your reading with looking at the human design, because we just had a reading with Hannah the other day for astrology. So we are here to find out a little bit more about her human design. So I'm really excited about that. So thanks for your patience and our craziness over here, our sister
Thanks,
sister
guys. I
craziness.
appreciate it. I appreciate your
Okay.
patience very
So
much.
I just had a reading with Hannah, well, like a couple days ago, yeah, a couple days ago. So she's never done a human design. She's really curious. So I'm gonna let you kind of go over her human design, and then I'll add some stuff that aligns, that connects here. So there we go. Let's do it.
Okay, so you are an emotional projector. So this is cool. Let me see what else. I mean, your strategy is to wait for recognition and wait for the invitation. So, in order for you to achieve success, you need time to get really, really good at whatever thing is that you do. It's you need time to process information. You need time to receive all of that information that you're getting, because you're very good at sort of synthesizing a lot of information, and it comes out really clearly when you speak it. So you need to allow yourself to wait for others to recognize that. Once they recognize it, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, tell me everything." And then you know, the better you become at this system or systems that you study, the more people will come to you for advice and guidance and information, and you can help guide generators into where they need to put their energy. And then the symbiotic relationship between generators and projectors is that projectors are non-energy types. No projector has this center activated. So this is the motor of the body, the sacral center. And because you don't have energy to initiate anything, you need generators to give you their energy. Well, the better you get at whatever it is that you do in the system that you are able to synthesize information and speak it, the more generators will come to you and literally give you their energy in the form of like energetic exchange, but also money or resources or whatever it is that you need to be able to achieve that success, which is the themes for projectors. You either experience success or bitterness. So a lot of projectors, because we live in a world where society has expected all of us to be manifestors, which is really gnarly, because I think that's only like 9% of the population are manifestors. So none of us are happy because we're all being expected to be something that we're not. And we're all being expected to act in a way that is not natural to who we are. So growing up, a lot of us experienced the negative part of whatever our type is. So for projectors, it's bitterness. However, as you get older and as you get more and more into recognizing like, oh, that doesn't work for me, that doesn't work for me, that doesn't work for me, you start to experience a lot of success. So as far as the open centers, you also have an open G center, which means that you feel pressure to find direction and to find love and to define who you are. And you don't need to do that. You are sort of a chameleon and you can blend into different situations, and you don't need to feel pressure to define who you are, because you may always change your identity throughout your life. You're here to experience different identities and to try them all on. Like, it's cool. You like, identities for you are like a bunch of really cool outfits, and you can try them all on. They will all fit because you have this open center, so you can be whoever you want to be. And then when you get tired of it, you're going to be and choose another one and be that other one. Is there
That's so
anything?
interesting. Yeah, so she's got not North Node, but the midheaven in Sagittarius. and her Uranus in Sagittarius. And so Uranus is about your uniqueness. And so when you're talking about that, that makes me think this has to do with her in her career, in how she shows up in the world. It's like Sagittarius is all about expansion and finding new horizons and having new experiences. And you're expressing this, or you could express this in your own sort of personality, in your own way of being. She also has Venus and Mars in Aries in the first house, but also Pisces at the cusp of the first house. So there's a lot of action oriented, instant sort of expression that can happen. This is, let me see if it's actually making a. It may be making, no, it's not. It's not making an aspect to Uranus, but that's where I see the uniqueness. I also see that she's got her North Node in Taurus, which is about finding
Mm.
stability in her life. And
Mm.
then her Chiron in Gemini, which is the healing journey of healing her insecurity of speaking her voice and telling her truth and freeing herself to really be able to share like her gift of knowledge, because that's what Gemini is.
Mm.
And it's close
Okay.
to her North Node. Yeah. So, which is the destiny and life purpose.
Yeah. Let me see. Where are the three lines? So where is Mars?
Mars is in Aries in the first.
Okay. And where's Pluto?
Pluto is in Scorpio in the eighth.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, your prosperity is related to that action oriented. I wonder if your prosperity has to do with, because you have your where am I looking? Your cognition is external vision. So external vision is about action, it's about breaking down and reassembling. So you need to give yourself permission to move things around in your home, especially, and like redo it. And this is maybe something that you do all the time. This is how you receive information. You are able to see and interact with the environment in a really cool way, where you can rearrange things and make them look really cool. It's a very artistic way of rearranging things, and what that makes me think about is like interior design or something like that. I mean, I don't know why that's popping into my mind, but it's that like Aries in the third line tells me that it's something that is action oriented. So whereas a lot of projectors
Hmm.
are, um I mean, you have a defined mind, so you can sort of take in all that information, and you know how to explain to people what they need to do. So it's not you taking the action, but it's a very interesting sort of action oriented, like the way that you explain things and the things that you're here to do are to actually help other people move things. I don't know if that's making sense.
Well, she's
Does
got
that resonate
Sun in
with?
Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, and Jupiter in Aquarius in the 12th house.
Okay.
So it's like
Okay.
working
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
people, but through a
Yeah.
psychic sort of world, in a way that is about, bringing the people together, also themes of changing the world, but in a very sort of, you might be behind the scenes a lot. That can happen with Sun in the 12th house. You may work somehow behind the scenes. The other thing
Yeah, but and that tells me the same thing being a projector, because you're not the one who's actually going and taking the chair from one place to the other, right? You're the one that's like, move that chair.
Yeah. And then she also has, you were talking about some kind of like, um you said interior design or something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
was looking at her North Node in Taurus, which
Oh,
is
wow.
very
Okay.
much about like the luxurious life. It is. Taurus can
Mm-hmm.
be luxury, can be the desire for luxury, for money, right? Stability comes from money. So that's part of her mission too, is to bring that abundance into her life by like speaking and teaching, and sharing her voice because it's in the third
Yeah.
house of Gemini.
And then Pluto, that's Pluto and Scorpio. It has something to do with transformation. So you're definitely here to transform and to use that experience in your own life of what you're learning with your Pluto being in Scorpio in the 8th house to teach others how to transform, like epically transform. So I mean, I see big things. And things that are very that create a huge amount of change.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that also relates to all of the Aquarius stuff, right? And
Mm.
having Jupiter in Aquarius, which is
Yeah.
like,
She's
you
also
know,
going through her Jupiter return this year.
yeah, change
Expand.
on a
Yeah.
grand scale.
Yeah.
I mean, Aquarius is about uncertainty and
In
instability
fact,
sometimes, and it's
her
just like,
Jupiter is in 0 degrees of Aquarius, exactly conjunct the great Saturn Jupiter conjunction on the solstice. Exactly on her Jupiter.
OMG, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool. Oh, well, and then just for your own sake, your environment, and I see this too. You're right, Jai. It's in behind the scenes because your environment is caves. So you
Me
need your
too.
space to be like you might even do this like from the other side of a computer. Like from
Mm-hmm.
your little
That's
space,
me
and
right
not
there. I'm in
little. It
my little
doesn't have to be
cave.
little. It can be big, but it's like it needs to be your enclosed. You need to be able to have control of your space, and people who come in
Wow.
are invited, and then they leave, and it's your stuff, where it goes, and it's your space, and you need to be able to have control, and people need to respect that because you need that to feel safe and to feel secure.
Dang, that's me too, Ed. You just read me too.
Yeah, that's me too. I have the same.
I love it. Okay, awesome, Hannah. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. So next is
All
Christina
right.
G. So go ahead and put up your question. And if Micah, you want to stop by, let us know. But Christina G is next in line. What is that? Interesting that so many of us this evening have a node in Scorpio, like and Taurus, yeah, and are going through a Jupiter. Yeah, isn't that wild? That is pretty wild. I was thinking about that too. You guys, also those of you with the duality of especially, yeah, North Node Taurus, South Node Scorpio, you are about to go through your nodal return, which is an activation of your own divine destiny, because the next North Node is going to be in Taurus and the next South Node is going to be in Scorpio. So those themes around your North and your South Node are going to get activated soon, and it's going to feel like it's going to be, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's going to help you find more of that stability, especially North Node Taurus. That's what I
Wah,
see.
wah. I'm
Okay.
not excited about it.
Yeah, the South Node Scorpio thing is like,
Well, because it's going to be transiting my 8th house where I have
oh, welcome to my life, dude. All that Capricorn stuff in
Jupiter.
2020 was basically transiting my 7th and 8th.
That's why I'm doing the I thing.
Well, it's gonna, yeah,
Because if
South Node
Scorpio,
empties the cup, you got to refill it.
ah,
But it's like the Grail. It's like it can be filled with poison, but it's also the Grail, the cup.
but also it could be really cool because it's North Node Taurus, which is like
Right. That's
fame
what I'm
and
saying. I'm
fortune.
excited. I'm focusing on that.
Let's focus on that.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got Christina's info. She just put it in the chat, so I'm pulling it
Oh, here
up.
we go.
PM in
10/22/71, San
Oh
Jose.
my god. Yeah, 10/22/71. Oh, it was San Jose.
San Jose.
Jose. 10/22/71. 6:34 p.m. Okay, North Node Aquarius. Whoa. That's pretty cool, actually.
North Node Aqua. Wow.
All right. Shannon says, welcome to my life.
I have Jupiter in Scorpio, so I have a pretty expansive Scorpio energy there.
Cool chart, Christina. She has it's a grand trine in fire. So activating her passion, and it
Oh,
becomes a kite that points directly at her. Whoa! It's exact kite. Everything's at 10 degrees. South node
oh
at
my
10 degrees
God.
of Leo, north node at 10 degrees of Aquarius, moon at 10 degrees of Sagittarius, Chiron at 10 degrees of Aries. It's an exact kite. Dude, that's intense.
Wow, sir.
Holy. Wow. So, did you have a question? Oh, general. She said general.
Okay.
Wow, that's just like phenomenal. So there's a lot of Aquarian vibes in your chart. You have North Node in Aquarius, Mars in Aquarius, and Vesta, which is the asteroid of the sacred flame, also in Aquarius in your 10th house. So this is about like working within the public eye, but also like stepping out and being there, so that like you fully show up for people for the Aquarian age. Anybody that has North Node Aquarius is like here to usher in the Aquarian age. But let's see what we get with the human design, and then I'll kind of add little things. You do have, I just said Moon and Sag. She's a Libra Sun, Taurus risings. That she's got a strong Venusian vibes too, Venusian starseeds with
Haha.
Pluto in Libra, Uranus in Libra, Sun in Libra, Black Moon Lilith in Libra, Taurus rising. And let's see where else. Yeah, so those are all like the Venus vibes in her chart. Venus, that's goddess Isis, and Hathor energy as well.
Wow. Okay. So you are an emotional manifesting generator. That means you have a defined solar plexus, and your inner authority is to basically respond as things come to you, but you need to be able to give yourself the time to get all the information and ride the emotional wave. So it's do not make decisions when you're either on the high emotional wave or the low emotional wave, because you won't have gathered all the information you need. Once your body, and this is energetic, once your body is calm, when you're like this with your vibration, that's when you know to make decisions. So whatever has come to you, you respond to that from that energy. So when something comes to you and creates an emotional wave, you need to write it out, and then you can know. This is challenging as a kid because a lot of times parents are like, I need to know now. And you're like, I'm really excited or I'm really depressed. Like, because you go through that with a defined solar plexus. And then this is where, like, if somebody asked you if you wanted to eat a particular thing and you were like in a really good mood and you're like, yes. And then, like, it was like, decide what you want to eat for your birthday or something like that. And then on your birthday, you're like, I don't actually want that right now, because like I was just really excited that day that I decided, and I didn't actually like want it. So that's what I mean. It's the same thing as an adult, but you just need to allow yourself that time. And then you have indirect determination, inner vision, and your environment is kitchens in on the wet side. So kitchens is either wet or dry. Your indirect determination means that you can eat and digest when the sunlight is
The
out. So
wet kitchen.
you probably can eat And I think this is the same for you, Jai. You can eat when it's dark. You can eat in the
I
dark,
can,
like when the
because I have
sunlight and
Scorpio
everything.
energy.
Yeah, when the sunlight is out, that's when your body digests the best. So you may be like just really different from everybody else. Like people who have direct determination need to eat in the daylight and they should not eat at night. But anyway, with indirect, you can, and it's also the most developed sort of determination. So in human design, there are levels, and in this particular aspect of your incarnation, you are the most developed being with regards to the way you intake information and the way you intake food and the way you digest. So you can do it at night, which is pretty rare for the human species. Now, your inner vision and the kitchens means that the inner vision means you need to take time out. You need to give yourself the space to fully check out and receive that information from the universe. You have an open crown and an open ajna center. So you need time to like meditate. This is all about meditation. You need the quiet, you need the meditation, you need the breathing exercises, you need all of that so that you can receive the images and receive the information that you need so you can make decisions so that you can move forward in your life. The same, and it also has to do with digesting. So digesting information and digesting energy and digesting food. Um,
You know, so funny.
but
There's a lot of planets in her sixth house, which is of daily life and schedule and
oh,
health,
interesting.
and connected to like your everyday health,
And
and
what sign is that?
in Libra.
Libra in the sixth house.
Well,
Okay.
it's actually she has Virgo at the
Virgo
cusp,
and
but
Libra.
most of the planets in her sixth house are actually in Libra. So I would say Libra is in her sixth house too. So that's finding balance and harmony. That's about focusing on that. It's her sun, it's her Uranus, it's her Pluto, and it's her Black Moon Lilith. So it's like a main aspect of her chart, the sun, the soul, lives here in this space. So that's a focus for her. That's like having the sun in Virgo. It's like focus on every day, focus on the right here, focus on your daily life and schedule. And I think that's what brings the more evolved energy in terms of the digestion and the food.
Yeah, definitely. You have an undefined solar plexus, so you're definitely here to experience what is right for you as far as food, health, nutrition. You're here to learn what that is. And this is cool because your environment where you feel the best is kitchens. It's not necessarily the kitchen, but it's environments where there's a lot of experimentation, there's a lot of blending. It's like the kitchens where we make food, where we put ingredients together and we figure out. And so it's where it's an explosion of taste. And so this is where you feel good when you're experiencing things, when things are coming at you and you're getting a taste of a lot of different things, of experiences, of foods, of all of that. And that's very much in alignment with your open spleen. So your natural environment is allowing for you to feel the fullness of what you're here to learn with the open spleen center. So that's really, really cool. The fact that it's wet means that you feel way, 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 way better in environments that are moist, that are humid. If you've ever been to a place that is dry or you live in a dry place, it's not going to feel good at
Wow.
all. Like the desert or Colorado, like high altitude dry places, like you need, the East Coast, the Pacific Northwest, Costa Rica, like that kind of
Hawaii.
stuff. Yeah.
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 Tropical areas.
Mhm.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really interesting. I see also when you were talking about like the whole energy of like the kitchen, and like there's a little bit of like the luxury of the experience of all of it. I see that because she has a lot of Venusian charts. Like her chart is ruled by Venus. She's a Taurus rising, and then she has a lot of Libra placements. So it's like that is about experiencing the luxury of life and
Mm.
enjoying the sweetness of life. It's very Jupiterian too. It's like
The
just want to
Taurus, very
lounge
much.
around and like just enjoy everything and like have fun. And that is a big part of how she expresses her soul, her inner,
Mhm.
that inner desire.
Also, the environment style is to be observed. So people are always watching, and you are naturally an influencer. So you're influencing people around you. It doesn't matter. Your soul is always being watched, and you are an example for everyone around you with everything that you do.
Oh my God, I love that.
So,
She
yeah.
has North Node in Aquarius in the 10th house, which is basically the house of the influencer. And it's, yes, I know. That's why I'm like, what?
You got to
So
go
it's
on.
the
You got to
people.
go on YouTube.
It's the people, working with people, being, career wise, you have to work with people. She said I'm in humid Oklahoma. Good. But yeah, so like it's about working with people, and that's how you're known for. And so you are an inspiration because you have Vesta there too, which is the sacred flame is in that Aquarius energy. So it's like this little rebel inside of you that like wants to focus on the future and the prophecies of the humanity and like moving forward and working with each other, and also a little aloof too. Like there's part of you that like sees the higher perspective and also wants to be very unique in yourself, but you understand she also has a grand trine in air. So it's like there's a powerful activation of your mind and your ability to think and process thoughts, and that have that higher perspective as well, or at least be open to a higher perspective.
Yeah, and so your motivation is guilt, which means that you do things to fix things. You see when something is wrong, or when something is wrong about someone else, and you have the inclination to fix things. This has a lot to do with that North Node in Aquarius, because you can see what people need, and you can see what they need to help. And then the thing is, the transferred motivation is hope, which means that sometimes you don't even want to deal with it. You would really rather just sit there and have someone else deal with it, which is all that Libra stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
rather not make a decision. You would rather not even deal with it. You would rather just sit there and wait for it to go away. Um,
Ooh, that's Chiron and
yeah.
Aries too.
Mm.
In the 12th house. Yeah, like just like I just keep hiding. But Chiron and Aries is about finding out your identity, finding out who you are, discovering that who you are and why you're here. And so you need to step into courage to do that. And that's the opposite of like wanting to sit back and let someone else fix it for you kind of an energy.
And where's Pluto and Mars? Where Mars and Pluto?
Pluto is in Libra in the 6th, and Mars is in Aquarius in the 11th.
Okay, and then where's the Sun? Also in Libra?
In Libra in the 6th with Pluto. Not
Yeah.
conjunct, but in the same sign.
So the fullness of who you are is what's going to bring you prosperity. That Sun, Pluto, Mars trine, is that a trine? Yeah,
No,
because she's got Mars
Sun.
in Aquarius.
It's a trine. It's a
Almost.
trine from the Sun to Mars, but not to Pluto, because Pluto
Okay,
is
so it's
too early on in
harmonious.
Libra.
It's
It is harmonious,
harmonious.
yeah.
The Mars with the Sun. So the Libra Aquarius trine, you need to think about that, whatever that means to you, like the balance in addition to working with people, in addition to like knowing about the future and what people need and where people need to fix things, and your soul being so like diplomatic. There's definitely a lot of wealth for you there. Go with that, and that will bring you a lot of prosperity.
Amazing. Woohoo!
Yeah.
All right. We made it. We made it through
Okay.
all the readings. Thank you guys so
Oh my
much.
God, really?
Yes, we're done.
That's awesome.
Thank you,
We
thank
did
you, thank
it.
you, everybody, so much for participating tonight. If you want to join us Tuesday night, we'll be doing these again, and you can get on the list from now until then. We will be taking 10. 10 is the cap. But yeah, we appreciate you guys so much for being here, for hanging out, and just saying hi or getting a reading. Thank you. And yes, make sure to check out all the links in the description of the video. Make sure to go check out my new Stargates calendar, astrological calendar of intergalactic portals, now available on Etsy, my Etsy store, and then also the replay of the spring webinar, which covers all of the astrology for the rest of the spring season. Those two things are available. I will be releasing another podcast this weekend, and tomorrow we got the astrology of the full moon, and then on Sunday we got the ceremony of the full moon. So make sure to join us then. And then Chandra, when's the next time you're going to be going live for everybody in your own on
Sunday,
your own
right?
channel?
Yes.
Will you
I
put
do
up some
Sunday
emojis in the
readings.
chat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, put up some emojis so people can follow you. And then you're going to be going live on Sunday as well.
Yep. Boom. There we go.
Yeah, so make sure to follow Chandra Sangat. She also has her own channel and posts her own videos and does mini readings just for human design as well on her channel, and also more in-depth readings if you want to get a private reading with her. So yes, thank you everybody so much. We will see you guys. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. And yeah, have an amazing weekend. Bye.
Thank you.